Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces $1 billion line of credit for development of Russia's Far East region in 5th Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok. Says this announcement will prove to be a takeoff point for India's Act Far East policy. PM Modi inaugurates Indo-Russian Innovation Bridge to promote Indian investments in the region, besides attracting Russian investors to the growing economy of India. Also holds talks with leaders of Japan, Malaysia and Mongolia, raises issue of Zakir Naik's extradition to India with Malaysian Prime Minister. Russian President Putin says he cannot imagine an effective international organization that operates without India. Extends invitation to G8 partners to come to Russia to restore the G8. Delhi court sends P. Chidambaram to 14 days judicial custody in Tihar jail. In INX media case, SC earlier dismissed Chidambaram's plea, challenging Delhi court's order denying him anticipatory bail. President Ramnath Kovind presents National Teachers Awards on Teachers' Day, stresses on the need to promote moral values in young minds by the teacher while giving a boost to education. PM Modi appeals to teachers to become active, to take active part in curbing single-use plastic. Government grants institution of eminent status to 7 public and 7 private universities. IIT Madras, VHU Varanasi top among public universities, while Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Vellore Institute of Technology get top positions in private sector. And in sports, India loses first game of 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Oman 1-2. Rabia Alawi Al-Mandhar scored 2 goals to give Oman 2-1 lead against India. Hello and welcome to this edition of the news. I'm Rukma. In our top story, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has left for New Delhi following a productive 2-day visit to Vladivostok, Russia. During the visit, PM Modi attended the Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok. Besides, Prime Minister also held bilateral meetings with leaders of Japan, Malaysia and Mongolia and discussed issues of mutual interest. Prime Minister in a tweet said, "Thank you, Russia. This has been a productive visit. The outcomes of this visit will bring Russia and India closer. Gratitude to President Putin, the government and people of Russia for their hospitality." Moving on, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the plenary session of the Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok. He is the first Indian Prime Minister to participate in this event. PM Modi said that India is a proud and active participant in the various activities of the Eastern Economic Forum, and this participation has come from top levels of government and industry in India. PM Modi made a landmark announcement extending a line of credit to Vladivostok that will further India's cooperation with regions of friendly nations.
हम सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास के मंत्र के साथ एक नए भारत के निर्माण में जुटे हैं। तेजी से बढ़ते भारत और उसकी प्रतिभा की इस रीजन से भागीदारी 1 और 1 11 बनाने का ऐतिहासिक मौका।
PM Modi emphasized India's commitment to become a $5 trillion economy by 2024. Speaking at the Eastern Economic Forum, Prime Minister underlined India and Russia partnering not just in the mainland but also for the development of far-flung regions that are storehouses of potential. Moving from Act East to Act Far East, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced a $1 billion line of credit for Vladivostok.
फार ईस्ट के विकास में और योगदान देने के लिए भारत $1 बिलियन की लाइन ऑफ क्रेडिट देगा। यह पहला मौका है कि हम किसी देश के क्षेत्र विशेष को लाइन ऑफ क्रेडिट दे रहे हैं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi described Vladivostok as the springboard for India to access Northeast Asia. The opening of a direct ship route from Vladivostok to Chennai will further deepen India-Russia ties. Prime Minister backed the need to move towards a new era of peace and progress in the Indo-Pacific region. He also warned against third-party interference in internal matters of any nation.
इंडो पैसिफिक रीजन में सहयोग का नया दौर हम शुरू करने वाले हैं। फार ईस्ट एक और यूरेशियन यूनियन और दूसरी ओर ओपन, फ्री और इंक्लूसिव इंडो पैसिफिक का संगम बनेगा। इस क्षेत्र में हमारे संबंधों का मजबूत आधार होगा रूल बेस्ड ऑर्डर, सॉवरेनिटी और टेरिटोरियल इंटीग्रिटी के लिए सम्मान और अंदरूनी मामलों में दखल से परहेज।
Appreciating the vision of President Putin for the welfare of Russia's Far East, Prime Minister Modi spoke of convergence of President Putin's vision and India's Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas journey of inclusive development. Prime Minister Modi's two-day visit to Vladivostok has steered India-Russia ties towards new vistas. The core focus that has emerged puts regions and their peoples at the center of broadening India-Russia ties. Mark Lane and Sudhakar Das in Vladivostok for DD News.
After taking questions from the press with President Trump on the sidelines of the G7 meet, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had a frank and freewheeling session at the Eastern Economic Forum as well. He presented his vision on tackling global challenges as well as India's leadership in several spheres.
Host President Putin as well as Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other leaders participated in an extensive Q&A session at the 5th Eastern Economic Forum. Responding to a question on the re-entry of Russia into the G8, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe expressed his support for the proposition. President Putin extended an invitation to G8 partners to come to Russia to restore the G8. He said that he cannot imagine an efficient international organization without India and China.
But I think that everyone understands today, and President Macron has said recently in public that the Western leadership is over. I cannot imagine an efficient international organization that works without India and without China.
Remember, after the recently concluded G7 summit, President Donald Trump expressed his support for reinstating Russia into the G7. And French President Emmanuel Macron agreed with him. Russia was suspended from the G8 in 2014 after the annexation of Crimea. Several questions were also posed on the issue of energy security in the context of the tensions around Iran, including US sanctions on Russia. Prime Minister Modi categorically said that India only protects its interests in the region and its actions are not targeted against any nation.
भारत का इतिहास दुनिया के सामने है। यूएन का जो पीस कीपिंग फोर्स है उसमें सबसे अधिक योगदान करने में भारत की बहुत बड़ी भूमिका रही है। तो भारत के सैनिक हमेशा पीस कीपिंग फोर्स के अंतर्गत ही काम करने के आदी रहे हैं। आज तक हमने कभी भी आज़ाद भारत ने ऐसी कोई प्रवृत्ति नहीं की है, लेकिन जहाँ तक हमारे एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी का सवाल है, हम अधिकतम ईरान पर डिपेंडेंट रहे हैं हमारे एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी के लिए। भारत के हमारे जो ऑयल टैंकर हैं उसकी सुरक्षा की व्यवस्था है। हमने किसी को टारगेट करना या किसी की व्यवस्था में दखल देना न ये हमारा लक्ष्य है, न हमारी योजना है।
Replying to a question on US sanctions impacting trade ties, especially in oil between India and Russia, Prime Minister said that a debate is on the global impact of sanctions imposed on any one country. He said that the fact that the inking of close to a dozen pacts, of which 4 are in the energy sector, go to show that these sanctions are not a deterrent to mutual trade.
भारत का ऑयल एंड गैस के क्षेत्र में इन्वेस्टमेंट है। रशिया की कंपनियों का भी खास करके टेक्नोलॉजी ट्रांसफर, डिफेंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, एनर्जी के क्षेत्र में अभी अभी इन्वेस्टमेंट हुआ है। तो हम दोनों देशों के बीच में ऐसी कोई रुकावटें नहीं है। जिस देश के लिए सैंक्शन लगते हैं उस पर इसका कितना प्रभाव होता है वो एक बात है, लेकिन उसके कारण दुनिया के अन्य देशों पर जो प्रभाव होता है, विश्व की ओवरऑल इकोनॉमी जो प्रभाव होता है, उस पर आज विश्व में गहरी चिंता भी है, चर्चा भी है।
The moderator quizzed the leaders on their commitment to clean energy and clean mobility. Prime Minister highlighted India's commitment to clean energy. He said that India will achieve the target of 175 gigawatts of renewable energy by 2022. PM also highlighted India's potential to emerge as a global hub for electric batteries that power green vehicles. He said that solar-powered electric vehicles should be encouraged. Ensuring solar-powered clean cooking gas for 250 million families is another target for the Modi government to achieve. Prime Minister also spoke of cross-subsidies to boost the solar sector.
Right now, India has this superpower image in ITCs and software, and youth and computer technologies are inextricably linked in many minds. What about youth and economic? How do they intertwine together?
भारत दुनिया का आज सबसे युवा देश है। इंफॉर्मेशन कम्युनिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी में भारत ने अपनी एक महारत हासिल की है। स्टूडेंट एक्सचेंज फॉर इनोवेशन एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, स्टार्टअप एक बहुत बड़ी ताकत आज भारत की उभर कर रही है। हम दुनिया में पहले 3 में हमने अपनी जगह बनाई है। भारत के यूथ उसमें इनिशिएटिव ले रहा है। हम उसमें दुनिया के इस प्रकार का जो इनोवेटिव माइंड के यूथ है उनको हम जोड़ना चाहते हैं।
With a focus on Far East Asia, leaders from the region exchanged free and frank views on various global challenges. The collective view that emerged was that there is no denying India's and the region's key role in what is being called Asia's century. Mark Lin and Sudhakar Das in Vladivostok for DD News.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi held 3 bilateral meetings with world leaders on day 2 of his Russia visit. The Prime Minister met the leaders of Japan, Malaysia and Mongolia and discussed issues of mutual interest. We tell you more in this report.
Day 2 of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Russia visit saw a series of bilaterals with global leaders. During the meetings, the Prime Minister held talks on issues of bilateral, regional and international issues. Prime Minister Modi met his Japanese counterpart Shinzo Abe. The meeting came after the 2 Prime Ministers interacted at the G20 summit in Osaka and G7 summit in Biarritz. PM Modi and PM Abe conveyed birthday greetings to each other.
आपने मुझे जन्मदिन की बधाई दी, मैं भी आपको जन्मदिन की बधाई देता हूं क्योंकि हम दोनों सितंबर में जन्म लिए हुए लोग और आगे चल करके हमारे संकल्पों को पूरा करने के लिए दृढ़ निश्चय के साथ साथ मिलकर के आगे बढ़ने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं।
The 2 leaders held in-depth discussions on a wide range of subjects, particularly bettering trade and cultural relations between India and Japan. They also exchanged views on deepening multifaceted ties in economic, defense and security, startup and 5G areas.
The first 2+2 ministerial meeting, that is the foreign and defense ministers of the 2 countries, will have a meeting preferably before this annual summit. And in that context, Prime Minister Abe also mentioned the ongoing visit or the just concluded visit of Raksha Mantri to Japan. And he remarked that during the visit of Raksha Mantri to Japan, substantial issues had been discussed on taking forward our exchanges and cooperation in the field of defense. And he hoped that some of the discussions would lead to outcomes during the annual summit.
Prime Minister Modi also held discussions with his counterpart of a key ASEAN partner nation, Malaysia. The discussions focused on the multiple layers of India-Malaysian bilateral relationship. PM Modi explained to the Malaysian Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad the rationale behind New Delhi's decision on Jammu and Kashmir. During the talks, Malaysia condemned all forms of terrorism. During the meeting, India also raised the issue of extradition of Zakir Naik, wanted in India for alleged terror activities.
जहाँ तक जाकिर नाइक की बात है, जी हाँ, प्रधानमंत्री ने इस बात को उठाई है और हम दोनों पक्ष ने ये तय किया है कि हमारे अधिकारी इस पे संपर्क बनाए रखेंगे।
The third bilateral of the day was Prime Minister Narendra Modi's meeting with Mongolian President Khaltmagin Batulga. The two leaders reviewed the full range of bilateral ties and deliberated on ways to enhance cooperation. Apart from discussing development partnership and other areas of bilateral cooperation, the two sides discussed the line of credit.
Mongolian president is slated to come on a state visit to India, in fact later this month. In that context, a number of outcomes were discussed, a number of projects on which there is ongoing work, particularly the assistance we are giving in building a major oil refinery to meet Mongolia's energy needs through a line of credit was discussed.
Prime Minister's meetings with the leaders of Japan, Malaysia and Mongolia on the sidelines of Eastern Economic Forum not only focused on ways to further strengthen ties with these nations, but also exploring new areas of cooperation in the Far East region. With Sudhakar Das, Mark Lynn's report, DD News, Vladivostok.
Just before Prime Minister Modi concluded his 36-hour visit to Vladivostok, the Russian president took him as well as the other leaders to a stadium to watch an international judo tournament currently taking place in the city. President Putin's penchant for martial arts is well known. He started practicing judo when he was just an 11-year-old and went on to secure an 8th rank black belt. Sports for youth empowerment as well as boosting tourism figured in the address of several leaders who spoke at the Eastern Economic Forum's plenary session. Prime Minister Modi met the Indian contingent participating in the annual International Jigoro Kano Judo Tournament at the Fetisov Arena. Congress leader and former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram was sent to Tihar jail by Delhi court, where he will spend 14 days in judicial custody in connection with the INX media corruption case. Special Judge Ajay Kumar Kuhar sent him to judicial custody till September 19th. The court allowed him to carry his medicines to jail and directed that he be kept in a separate cell in Tihar prison. Earlier in the day, the Supreme Court refused to grant him pre-arrest bail in the INX media money laundering case lodged by the ED. The top court dismissed Chidambaram's plea, challenging the Delhi High Court verdict, denying him anticipatory bail in the case, saying economic offence has to be dealt with differently as it affects the economy of the country. A bench of Justices R. Banumathi and A.S. Bopanna said it is not a fit case to grant anticipatory bail. And Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh delivered the keynote address at the plenary session of the 8th Seoul Defence Dialogue in Seoul, Republic of Korea. Speaking at this event, Raksha Mantri said that no country is bereft of the menace of terrorism and that the world community should put pressure on countries supporting terror.
सामने आने वाले सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट्स में से सबसे बड़ा थ्रेट टेररिज्म है। हमें समझना चाहिए कि आज दुनिया का कोई भी देश टेररिज्म से सुरक्षित नहीं है। भारत ग्लोबल लेवल पर यूएन और अन्य इंटरनेशनल फोरम्स के साथ साथ बाइलेटरल और रीजनल फोरम पर भी काउंटर टेररिज्म कोऑपरेशन हेतु काफ़ी सक्रिय है। हम कलेक्टिव एक्शन के माध्यम से ही टेरर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस और उनके नेटवर्क्स को ध्वस्त करने, आतंकी घटनाओं को अंजाम देने वालों की पहचान करने और उनकी जांच करने में सक्षम होंगे। टेररिस्ट की सहायता करने और उनको फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट प्रदान करने वालों तथा उनको सह देने वालों के खिलाफ भी हम कड़े कदम उठाएंगे।
Ministry of Human Resource Development has given institutions of eminence status to 7 public and 7 private universities. These 7 public universities are IIT Madras, BHU Varanasi, IIT Kharagpur, Delhi University, University of Hyderabad, Jadavpur University in West Bengal and Anna University in Tamil Nadu. 7 private universities are Amrita Vishwa Vidya Peetham, Tamil Nadu, Vellore Institute of Technology, Tamil Nadu, Jamia Hamdard, New Delhi, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, Odisha, Bharati Institute, Mohali, Shiv Nadar University, UP and OP Jindal University, Haryana.
ऐसे बहुत महत्वपूर्ण संस्थान जो विश्व रैंकिंग के स्तर पर आ सकते हैं, ऐसे संस्थानों को प्रतिष्ठापूर्ण संस्थान ये घोषित किया गया है और मुझे भरोसा है कि पीछे के दिनों में भी हम लोग 200 के अंदर हमारी 3 संस्थाएं आई हैं, 500 विश्व रैंकिंग में 500 के अंदर हमारी 9 संस्थाएं हैं, जबकि अभी 1000 के अंदर 23 संस्थान हैं। हम तेजी से हमारे ये जो संस्थान है ये विश्व की रैंकिंग में बहुत तेजी से आगे बढ़ सकें, ये हमारा हेतु है।
President Ramnath Kovind honored 46 meritorious teachers from across India with national awards on Teachers' Day. He stressed on the need to promote moral values while giving a boost to education. Prime Minister appealed for participation of teachers to spread awareness against single-use plastic.
President Ramnath Kovind conferred the National Award to 46 teachers on the occasion of Teachers' Day, observed every year on 5th of September. While addressing the gathering, President said that teachers must impart moral values in children along with the formal education. He added that a bridge must be built between digital learning and personality building.
विवेक सम्मत ज्ञान ही मानवीय समस्याओं का समाधान कर सकता है। इसीलिए वैश्वीकरण और स्पर्धा के इस दौर में भी हमें आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस और ह्यूमन कंपैशन का समन्वय करना होगा। हमें डिजिटल लर्निंग और कैरेक्टर बिल्डिंग में सामंजस्य बनाना होगा। ऐसे विवेकपूर्ण ज्ञान के आधार पर ही हम सब जलवायु परिवर्तन या क्लाइमेट चेंज, प्राकृतिक जल स्रोतों और जंगलों में हो रही कमी, जीवधारियों की अनेक प्रजातियों के लुप्त होने के संकट, पिघलते हुए ग्लेशियर, जहरीली हवा व खाद्य पदार्थों से जुड़ी समस्याओं का समाधान कर सकते हैं।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi also tweeted a video to extend his greetings on the occasion. In a video, he said, "This is a day to salute the entire teaching fraternity for their hard work, dedication and commitment. In addition to teaching subjects in the classroom, teachers are exceptional guides and mentors who play prominent roles on the lives of their students." Prime Minister also urged teachers to play active role in cutting the use of plastic. He said, "This Teachers' Day, I have a request for my fellow teachers. As you are aware, India has taken up a mass movement to eliminate single-use plastic. I seek the active support and participation of the teaching community in this movement. If teachers explain to students the harm caused to our environment by single-use plastic and advise them to shun it, students will feel motivated to become a part of the cause. This would be a great tribute to beloved Bapu on his 150th Jayanti." The awardee teachers, on the other hand, expressed their gratitude and said that interaction with President will always be a memorable event in their life.
मुझको लो कास्ट मटेरियल टीचिंग मटेरियल बनाने के लिए आईसीटी का प्रयोग करने के लिए और बच्चों को सोशल सर्विस में जोड़ने के लिए पुरस्कार मिला है।
मैंने बच्चों को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए जो रीडिंग कॉर्नर है वो मैंने डेवलप किया कि पढ़ाई के ऊपर बच्चों का रुचि आए और जो बच्चे पीछे मतलब थोड़ा बहुत स्लो है वो भी आगे बढ़ जाए।
अभिवंचित वर्ग में खासकर डोम जाति के जो बच्चे थे वो विद्यालय नहीं आ रहे थे, नाम लिखा हुआ था लेकिन नहीं आ रहे थे। सर मैं उसे सबसे पहले लाके उस विद्यालय में उसको लाया और उसको शिक्षा देना प्रारंभ किया।
The main objective of the award, initiated in 1958, is to recognize the work of teachers in primary, senior secondary and secondary schools and to encourage excellency in teaching. With Rishi Kumar's report, DD India.
And the situation remained normal in Jammu and Kashmir a month after the decision on Article 370. There are no daytime restrictions in over 90% of the state's territory. Landline services have by and large been restored in the valley, and mobile services are likely to be restored soon. And Oman defeated India 2-1 in their FIFA World Cup Asian qualifiers played at Indira Gandhi Athletic Stadium in Guwahati. In the 24th minute, Sunil Chetri put India in the lead, but Oman bounced back at the last minute of the match, scoring both goals by Al-Mundhar with a spectacular strike.
And that's it from Oman's point of view. And the bench celebrates. Scored two famously in that 3-0 win for Oman. Here's a chance. Oman coming again at the Indian defense. Great opportunity and what?
And now here's a look at the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announces $1 billion line of credit for development of Russia's Far Eastern region. In 5th Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok says the announcement will prove to be a takeoff point for India's Act Far East policy. PM Modi inaugurates Indo-Russian Innovation Bridge to promote Indian investments in the region. Besides attracting Russian investors to the growing economy of India, also holds talks with leaders of Japan, Malaysia and Mongolia. Raises issue of Zakir Naik's extradition to India with Malaysian Prime Minister. Russian President Putin says he cannot imagine an effective international organization that operates without India, extends invitation to G8 partners to come to Russia to restore the G8. Delhi court sends P. Chidambaram to 14 days judicial custody in Tihar jail in INX media case. SC earlier dismissed Chidambaram's plea challenging Delhi court's order denying him anticipatory bail. President Ramnath Kovind presents National Teachers Awards on Teachers' Day, stresses on need to promote moral values in young minds by the teacher while giving a boost to education. PM Modi appeals to teachers to become active partners in curbing single-use plastic. Government grants institution of eminent status to 7 public and 7 private universities. IIT Madras, BHU Varanasi top among public universities, while Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Vellore Institute of Technology get top positions in the private sector. And in sports, India loses first game of 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Oman 1-2. Rabia Alawi Al-Mandhar scores 2 goals to give Oman 2-1 lead against India. And with that, we wind up this edition of the news. News and updates continue on DD News.